Hi everybody, sanibonani, welcome to my channel. Igama lami Mdletshe, and on this channel sibuke ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sokhuluma ngawo lama shows siyaphinda ke futhi sikhulume ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. If it is your first time joining me today and you really like my content, do not forget to press the subscribe button la ngezansi and the notification bell ukuze uthole umyalezo mangabe umsebenzi omusha sengiwufakile. Today you guys, I'm going to do the full review of Makoti, Are You the One? I am going to focus on episode 2 really because that is when the show begins. In episode 1, it's mostly just them introducing our couples and we get to meet the families, but I think that really the real stuff starts happening in episode 2, you guys. So we do have 4 couples. The interesting thing about this season is that they have introduced one same-sex safe-sex couple. They have introduced one same-sex couple, okay? So I like that. I'm going to love seeing the dynamics of that relationship between the two of them, but also the involvement of the families, okay? So I'm a couples 8, we have Upinki and Sean, guys. Just from the starts, I felt like Upinki and Sean are my favorite. And I think one thing is the obvious, which is that when you look at Upinki and you look at Sean, it's the people that you wouldn't think to put together. And I feel like I know why Sean doesn't like Upinki, because she's looking at her son thinking my son should be coming home with some slay queen, and he has chosen someone that he loves, a beautiful girl. Upinki Sean doesn't think ukuthi bayafanelana or whatever, but I love them. I love how they love each other. I love it when a couple they understand each other. It's them against the world, and I just love them. I love them, you guys. I'll be rooting for Pink and Sean, you guys. And Sean just really seemed like he is so into Pinky. I love that. And then the next couple is Lorraine, Wendy. It's they are lesbian, I believe. You guys, listen. This is one couple that I'm gonna be worried about, and I'm concerned about Lorraine. I'm concerned about Lorraine's commitment to the relationship, and also I'm concerned about Lorraine's commitment to the process that they are embarking on. She doesn't seem so serious about it. For me, I don't think that they're going to make it, but we'll see, you guys. We will see. And then no Refilwe no Linda. They seem to be a nice, cute couple. They love each other. However, you guys, they do have kids. I believe Refilwe has a child with someone else, and then they have a child together. So there is that complication, and there's always a mention of the fact that they have those kids with the families and all of that. We know how it's like. You know what it's like when somebody chooses somebody that has a child. Okay, but they seem to love each other. And then no Sophie, no Prince. Sophie, listen, this couple, honestly, for me, I also love them, but there is a sister there on the other side, the side Prince. I was like, I'm not surprised this woman's name is Jabulile. Oh, Jabulile, very bad slope. Sorry if you are Jabulile, but if you have a sister that is called Jabulile, or you have a sister-in-law called Jabulile, sorry, you need a hug, because Jabulile is one of those people that I thought, Jabulile should actually form part of that family from Nganele Ntlahla's family. She will be perfect for that family. She's just as evil, just as unreasonable, just as unloving. She should just be part of that family. But I mean, obviously, I think for every single couple, there's going to be challenges here and there. For the most couples, I feel like them too, they love each other. I feel like for the most part, I feel like the 3 couples will probably make it. Lorraine, Wendy are the only people that I feel like I'm not sure about their relationship, but I do appreciate their presence on the show, you guys. Listen, I think that the show idea, it is an entertaining idea. Isho Kamakoti, are you the one? It's not one of my favorite concepts really, because it's one of those situations where a woman is put in a situation where they have to beg to be accepted. I don't like anything that has to do with a woman having to beg to be accepted, have to work like a slave just so that somebody can say you are a good makoti. I don't like that. I don't like the concept. But it's definitely something that is watchable for the viewers. I think it's entertaining enough for the viewers, you guys. But also, I think the biggest issue with this show when it comes to the family involvement is that it's doing something that is not necessarily done in our African culture, okay? Because for us, in order for you to go uyokotiza, you have to have had ilobola paid for you to do that, and they are doing it the other way around. They are saying that these girls must go by uyokotiza before ilobola is even paid. So I don't understand why they did it that way, why they wouldn't get people that have already paid ilobola, because that would make more sense for families. Yeah, you guys, I don't know why they chose to do it that way, but I feel like that is an issue that is raised by almost every single family that is involved here, to say, why would you go uyokotiza ungalotsholiwe? Even the other side of the families, they're asking the guys that, why would you bring another man's child here ungalobolile? Why wouldn't you pay lobola first and then bring her here? So there is a question that is raised on the show. I still don't understand why they decided to do it that way. So you guys listen, when it starts, I guess it's Refilwe, and she's just talking to her friend about the whole thing of her going ayokotiza. She raises the same issue of, why would you go uyokotiza ungakalotsholo? But she is saying that they decided that they wanted to do this process, and then after they are done with this process, they will do the traditional part of it, okay? So I'm guessing that maybe if the family doesn't accept you, then the guy doesn't go ahead and lobola you. Asaz. Okay. Anyway, Refilwe, I believe ukuthi uya emndenini wakagama, and she had to let the family know ukuthi she is leaving, which the same thing is raised with her family. I guess the adults are just concerned. I think it was the uncle who was concerned about this whole process. You cannot be trained as a wife when you are not a wife. You have to be wifed first, and then they can train you. Once they have paid lobola for you, then they can go through the process of accepting you into the family, and then introducing you to the rules of the family. And anyway, you guys, Refilwe, when she arrives in episode 2, Kagama, this is the only family that was more welcoming, okay? I think that they are more exciting than they want us to see, to have Refilwe around. Of course, they're still sort of giving her a hard time, but I mean, Refilwe's family was there. It almost looked like it was lobola. They might as well just did the lobola thing, honestly. So Refilwe's family was there, and Refilwe, who is her partner, guys, I'm still getting them their names mixed up. Linda. So Refilwe and Linda, so they get there, and so Refilwe's family was there and Linda's family was there, and they do a whole thing where the uncle wanted them to pay, which I didn't understand, because and then there is some singing. They are welcoming her. From everything we see, you guys, it was a warm welcome. I think that if I was a parent, Refilwe, and I was leaving her with that family, I would feel okay leaving her, because they seem to be welcoming her. It does not mean that they're going to be easy on her in any way, but that process of them welcoming her to the family was a positive one. I liked how they treated her, you guys. So obviously, once the family has left, because obviously they left her behind, they're telling her that she has to clean, she has to wash, she has to whatever. I'm sure uzoba nqoma ngisho inzipho ahamba yoba phipha ngisho etoilet, ngoba phela vele umakoti wenza njalo guys. Sometimes there are times when I think ukuthi the whole process yokuba umakoti and courtesing was created by a man, but then sometimes I'm like, no, actually sidlala ngawo amadoda. That process was not created by a man. That process is a very clear display of woman to woman hate, honestly, because men really don't care. Even in families, when these women are coming, men are mostly welcoming, or uncle that be welcoming. The people that will be making your life miserable in these processes are women, and they enjoy it very much, the fact that they're making your life miserable. So I feel like it's a big possibility that this whole concept of Kotiza was created by a woman just so they can terrorize other women, like honestly. Because they enjoy it too much. The mothers-in-law enjoy it too much. The sisters-in-law enjoy it too much. That's where they can display their most evil self when they're dealing with umakoti coming into the family. Anyway, you guys, I think that it's still going well with Urifilwe, and mother-in-law is talking about the fact that she's going to be taking her to some prayer meetings. I'm like, okay, I could do with a prayer meeting here and there with the mother-in-law, maybe 2 prayer meetings. After that, mother-in-law, you are going on your own. Yeah, you guys, but it wasn't so dramatic, and I think Urifilwe, for the initial coming into the family, she was, receptive, and I mean, I'm guessing that she was prepared when she was coming, so she knew that it wasn't going to be all the way easy. So yes, you guys, I didn't see any big conflict with that, you guys, but yeah, ne. Obaba mkhulu bethu nje naye ikhona izinto abahamba bengazilungisanga for us women, like for real, honestly. the fact that you have to go to somebody's house and be told ukuthi washa uclean unjani, that for me, that thing I have is such an issue with. And then you guys, there is Sophie and no Prince, you guys, and I guess Sophie was arriving in the family. Sophie, now I didn't understand. I'm like, Sophie, even if you didn't know anything about being Makoti, why would you arrive wearing jeans, you guys? There are things that happen on this show that I feel like maybe they are set up mainly to cause drama, because why would you go to Kotis are wearing jeans? Like, it just wear that one skirt that you own, so I didn't understand that, and I felt like maybe the producers told her to do that just so that she can cause drama. I don't understand it. Anyway, the mother welcomes her. Sophie is the one that is in trouble, because Sophie, I think, is the one that has a crazy sister-in-law. This is a Ndebele family, this one that is coming to, you guys. I'm excited about this family because I am not exposed a lot to the Ndebele family. I believe that on Mzansi Magic, guys, we do have a drama that is coming that will be playing on Sunday night. It's based on like Ndebele people, which we hardly ever see on TV. I'm excited about it. So I'm excited about this family because they're going to be showing us that. We show a lot of Zulus, we show a lot of Xhosas, like Ndebele people we hardly ever see on TV, you guys. So I'm excited to get to be exposed in a way that they do things. But the thing about Africans, you guys, is that a lot of the times there's a lot of similarities in how we do things when it comes to our culture. It just shows that we are actually just one people. For some reason, at some point, different languages were created and different ways of doing things in terms of our clothing and all of that. But a lot of the things that we do are really like the same, you guys. Amaswati, Amandebele, Amashangani, there's always similarities in the way that we do things. But I'm excited that we are going to see this Ndebele family here. They look like they really still very much in touch with their roots. And in episode 1, when we meet the uncles, you can see it's okay, like usaphilwa vele, the way bephilwa ngayo before. I like that. I like seeing things like that on TV, okay? So they're giving her the rules, girl. So if you I'm like, what family cooks in the morning and in the evening? They must not live in South Africa. They have their own economy specifically designed for this family, because with our economy in South Africa, we cannot we cannot afford groceries to cook twice a day. That I'm like, guy, they must. This is not South Africa, honestly. Ujabule is talking about how they cook twice a day. I'm like, yo, I need rich nina ni pega kabili shebo kayi-2. I understand them saying, okay, we eat breakfast at this time, and then there's lunch, and then there's supper. But to actually say, kuyapekwa, I was like, yeah, and I wonder if they do that, or this is just designed for the torture of Makoti, okay? And remember, in episode 1, Ujabulile was clear in saying she doesn't want the Makoti to come. Akamthandi, she thinks she's spoiled. And I'm like, ungenaphi ke wena lapho, guys? Singenaphi thina as sisters, singenaphi komakoti bobhuti bethu ukuthi size angimthandi but yena uyamthanda, kufanele ngifele ngaphakathi nje, akukho okunye efanele ngikwenze, so guys. Anyway, Ivo Sophie is the one. No, guys, this is not the Ndebele family. Is it a Ndebele family? Maybe I'm confused, guys. If I'm mixing things up, sizobona ngendlela, okay. Sizobona ngendlela. So at some point, I think someone was making comments about inzipho nenkopho zikamakoti, and someone else was saying ayibo zingenaphi inzipho. Nami I feel like zingenaphi inzipho, because I mean uzokwenza washing neinzipho zakhe ukuthi nje kodwa zizosheshe igugu, and inzipho are very expensive, so yes, yeah, I think this is the family. Yes, it is the family. And they were talking about inzipho zakhe ukuthi zinde whatever. That sister, you guys, is just one of those people that are just there to make the life miserable for umakoti. Ilabantu nje obafisela ngisho ukubaqashela i-room somewhere umuntu ahamba yohlala khona. Bossis, if you are a sister-in-law, really usahlala ekhaya, guys, if you can get yourself a room to rent somewhere, uyeke ukukhulula umakoti ekhaya, do that, mjondolanyana somewhere, because hayi niyahlupha emakhaya, hayi niyakhathaza, hayi. If you stay ekhaya, be peaceful, help umakoti out instead of kube manje on her back about stuff, you guys. So they obviously, she had to cook uLokhuzana Sophie, and I think she was cooking divorce and something, and guys, khona izinto that when you are in your comfortable space, you don't really have to think about that much. For an example, the fact that mawupheka divorce, like there are people that when they cook divorce, they cut it like they cut amaqathe enyama yenkomo like into small pieces, bawafake bawenza curry, bayifake divorce bayenza curry or something. I've seen that. So, and then when I cook it, it's like a jengi, toss it on the side, and I cut it in bigger pieces, and then get the gravy, and then we eat, whether we eat it with the pap or put or whatever. So things like that, I was not when you're in your comfortable space, but when you get to somebody's house, that's when you realize, I have to ask, like, how do they cut it? So Jabulile kuyamkhombisa ukuthi ukhatha amaphisi angakanani, and she says they don't use the knife, they use their own hands. Did you wash your hands? Oh, guys, yo. Ayi cha, yabona nje indaba yonkotezi. So she cooks uSophie, time for ukuthi kudliwe, akuyadliwa. Abanye abantu, I think the food was not as nice. Sometimes the food it's not that kubi, but it's just that it's not what we cook in, ekulomuzla like higher, so sometimes it tastes different. I think bengekho like the best, but bekudleka because the others were trying, even though you could see this is not their favorite tasting meal, so they were trying to eat and be respectful, it's okay, let's just try and support umakoti by eating this food. And then obviously Jabulile, like I say, if you have somebody called Jabulile in your life, you already know how they are. You already know Jabulile was like, ukudla lokhu wakubeka laphayana. I'm like, when you need umjondolo, hamba uyazi ukuthi kunemjondolo edayisa ngo-4,000 rand, very very cheap. Just get umjondolo. It's about time, Jabulile, get umjondolo, But I like ukuthi uMakajabulile was sort of, because at some point uSophie was I think unpacking her stuff, because they showed her ukuthi angithi phela she was wearing ilokhuzana pants and stuff. So even the pants thing, the adults, oh mama, they didn't make a big deal about it. They did mention it, but they didn't make a big deal about it. So Bamise Cameron, she showed her what she's supposed to wear. There was a dress there and the duke. I don't know if they got the dress made for her, which is weird because but they're doing things different here, so they had to give her that. She was helping her unpack while the mother was helping her unpack and stuff. This is before she cooks with Ujabulile. She's warning her about Ujabulile, because we all have this crazy auntie Vele in the family. She's warning her about Ujabulile. Listen, focus on me and the grandmother. Don't mind Ujabulile, even if kuthiwa kwena nje umzibe lona vele uhlanya esilwaziyo la ekhaya. I think she was trying to say that. So they know because Ujabulile is never going to accept Makoti, but they can't do anything about her while like Kaya. Ujabulile seems to want to have a say in everything and have she wants to be listened to. I don't know why. Because Ujabulile finding up so short. Sometimes I think, why did we have to get married, Tina, and leave our homes and go and be uncomfortable in somebody else's house? But when I see abantu abafana no Ujabulile, I'm like, yeah, this is the reason. This is the reason to us Pume Emagiti Sioshata, because we behave like this. When they let us stay there, we behave like this. Okay, guys. Even if you are not married, if you are at a point where you can afford to just go stay on your own, do that for yourself. And also, because sometimes you don't see your own behavior, you don't see the things that you do that are just like making other people's lives difficult because you are miserable about how your life has gone or has not gone. Just if you can get Ntando something, just go and get it for not only for your peace of mind, for your family's peace of mind. Trust me, they are going to appreciate the fact that you did that. And then you guys, the couple that I said that I'm very much concerned about, which is Wendy and Lorraine. Listen, when in episode 1 they are telling their story of how they met and all of that, Wendy was married before, has kids, and then she divorced and then met Lorraine. Of course, there is an overlapping in terms of like timelines of when Wendy was still married but still seeing Lorraine and all of that. Okay, so when they tell the story, it's all romantic, you guys, but I have a feeling that Lorraine, okay, and in fact Lorraine reminds me of my friend. Funny enough, she's also lesbian, who's always up to something, I just feel like Lorraine, I'm not sure about him. But here is Wendy on her way to the family Lorraine. Lorraine, I believe because she doesn't have her mom around. Her mom passed a while ago. She's had siblings that she's raising, and Wendy is helping her with that. However, there is an aunt that is acting like a mom to her, and I believe that aunt comes from her father's side of the family, because her mother's side of the family is not really accepting of her. And so now Wendy is calling Lorraine to say, listen, I'm on the way. This is the day that I go to your family. Wendy is not, Lorraine is not there. I'm like, that. You see, that's why. That's why even in episode 1, I was like, this one I don't trust. How are you not going to be there? Because obviously, your family is not used to Ulokuzana, Wendy. Why are you not going to be there? Just ask for a day off. Just that one day, ask for a day off so that you can go welcome her into your home, properly introduce her to your family and all of that. Lorraine is not there. And she's saying she will come later on when she knocks off M17. I just didn't understand that, you guys, because I do believe that they are casted and given a time, a warning to say, okay, you are going to be part of the show. This is when we are going to be shooting your part of the arrival in the family. They know that before time. So I just don't get her not being around for Wendy's arrival. So Wendy gets there, even the aunt, when she gets there, the aunt is like, so Lorraine, and now yasho say akazi naye, there's her aunt there, and Lauren's brother, I believe, was there. So Wendy, she is used to Lauren's brother. They work together in some events and all of that. And so she's given the rules. They're telling her what's good 6 p.m. And I'm like, hey, because because nango 9 ebusuku kuyadliwa nje umakoti mengabe ephuma emsebenzini late, so asazi ke lapho ke kuthiwa kudliwa ngo 6 p.m. exactly. And aligqokwa ibhlukwe fanele afake iphinifo kuphekwa ngestofu samalahle because load shedding or whatever. I'm sure but they're going to turn off ugesi just on purpose khona bezogqilaza nje lengane le ifikile la. So they show her where the gas stove is, not the gas stove. It would be so much better if it was a gas stove, a coal stove. Okay, they show her and they show her how she makes fire. Basically, it's stove samalahle, guys. It's just ukubasa umlilo. You know, ukuthi nje thina besiguqa phansi subasele phansi umlilo, bona bebasa umlilo bemile. That's the only difference between ukubasa phansi and the coal stove. You know, you still have to make the fire. The process to make the fire is exactly the same as if you are doing it in the, like if I place layer pants in the middle of the urondovel with it food, you know, it's exactly the same, except the other one you are standing while making the fire, the other one you are kneeling down, and then the other one you don't have to deal with smoke because the smoke goes through the thing and goes up the roof of the house, and the other one you get all the smoke comes to your face and you end up smelling like, you know, fire yourself. After when you are finished cooking, you are bent yourself. So yeah, so they show her, so she ends up cooking. Obviously she's rushing because she arrived well in Ntambama, so there isn't enough time, and I think ukudla bengavuthiwe that much nabo masebedla bathi the food is not the best and whatever. While they're having supper, I figure Lorraine, you know, how my figure Lorraine uyaphakelwa naye. The family, even though the family didn't enjoy the food, but they were trying to be polite. Yena Lorraine my figure, how she's the one that says, hey, I mean, I can't eat this, and then she puts down the plates. I'm like, how are you not gonna have your partner's back in this difficult time when she's with your family? Immediately after she puts the plate down, uyahamba yena. I'm like, hayi bo uyaphi manje? Ayena useyahamba. Angazi, she has things to do, I guess. I'm like, this something's going on here. Like, honestly, I feel like when no Lorraine, something is going on. Something is going on, okay? I don't see that relationship working. It's not even about the family. I think she's gonna do well with that family because it's just the aunt. Who else? The uncle and the brother. I think there was just like 3 people there, so I don't think that she's gonna have a hard time that much, except for pegang stuff samalahle. But her partner, I don't say it anyway. So then it was Pinky, no short. Oh, Pinky, you guys, when she did in episode 1, her family did not agree with the process because they're raising the same issues. Why would you go there? It's pointless. Why would you do that? So they're not supportive. So when she's going to the family to meet the family, she's actually accompanied by, is it her cousin or a friend? I think it's a sister. Yeah, it's a sister. So because the family didn't support her, obviously they didn't send her with anyone. Okay, so then when she gets there, she's asked to sit on the floor. By the way, Sophie also was asked to sit on the floor. They complain ukuthi the sister is wearing a short skirt. I'm like, singena skirt isikasisi because akazili kuzokoteza. But anyway, she ends up going outside ayombatha ke ngeshirt amboza ukuthi skirt sifishane, and ikhula uthi uzolalaphi. I'm like, how njani manje na, because doesn't Sean have a room, you know? And anyway, you guys, uShon ubekhona ke yena when his girlfriend is coming, and she was feeling like they're just giving her a hard time. Now it feels like caught, and then the mother immediately says ukuthi uPinky needs to watch. This is the thing, guys. I think uMakashon thinks ukuthi uShon akafanelene noPinky. And I think Maubabona now is Oshonjal. Pink is a beautiful girl, but you will see why the mother will think ukuthi the abafanelen, and I think she's just going to give Pink a hard time just for that. But the thing about it is that her son is like totally and completely in love with her daughter, with his girlfriend, so much so that I don't think that any efforts that she makes to break them up is going to be successful. But again, when they show us some previews of the next episodes, it looks like there's still going to be lots of drama, you guys. I'm going to continue watching the show because I think that a lot of my viewers really like the show, and I've received a lot of requests to actually do the review on this show. However, I do not like the abuse of women in any form. I don't like it, and from the previews I can see that that's all that we're going to be watching. So a lot of my reviews is just going to be me complaining about this show because I do not like the concept of putting a woman in a position where they have to beg to be loved, where they have to beg to be accepted. I do not like using a tradition to enslave women unnecessarily. I don't like it. But I guess a show and see how it goes. Anyway, you guys, tell me what you think about this show in the comment section. Please like it before Pumegiona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando kakhulu.